शब्द बिना सारा जग अंधा, काटे कौन मोह का फंदा। शब्द बिना सारा जग अंधा, काटे कौन मोह का फंदा। शब्द बिना बिरथा सब तंदा, शब्द बिना बिरथा सब तंदा। शब्द बिना जीव बंधन बंधा, शब्द बिना जीव बंधन बंधा।
This recording is a continuation of the previous satsang. Thank you, main speaker, for the enlightening satsang. We will now go through the questions put forward by the seekers. How to be a good disciple of the Holy Truth, such as to be vegan, respect and love all creatures of the world, following the rule of nature and master's instruction.
Yeah. We can be a disciple of a Holy Truth by acquiring for the truth, by asking for the truth, the ultimate truth, to what is really matter in our life and about the human purpose. If you start to learn the truth from your religious or cultural background, then yes, you already disciple of the Holy Truth. Because even you follow your religious practice, being Buddha disciple, being Allah disciple, being the Christ disciple, then you try to know the truth for yourself. You try to get in touch with the true self, which is from the divine, which is the God essence. So therefore, yes, you are the disciple of the truth. But the disciple of the Holy Truth is the person that is very, very sincere to know about the truth and want to find the liberation in this lifetime out of the endless cycle of suffering, birth and rebirth. So on that, you are definitely a good disciple of the Holy Truth. Because if your purpose or your destination in life is clear, then whatever you do will assist toward that. So whatever be able to help to achieve that goal is, by master instruction, they said, you have to keep strict precepts. You have to be vegan. You have to be vegetarian to reach that. So after that, if you are fortunate enough to get to know a perfect living master, a master from the 5th level in your life, then you can seek master guidance. You can seek master teaching and instruction, and eventually get initiation from the master. And when you get initiation from the master, it's as if you have direct contact to this holy truth. Because master carry the authority of the creator, of the God in him or her, in order for you to get direct contact to God. And if you practice the meditation, which is light and sound meditation, or Suraj Chapat yoga, then that is the quickest way that you can establish the firm connection of God or the master inside.
All right. The next question. Is it for sure that a disciple of the Holy Truth will go back to our true home after this life without being in the cycle of birth and rebirth? Especially if that disciple has done lots of bad karma in the past, how can he or she still be a disciple of the Holy Truth?
Okay. To go back, to go out of this samsara or the cycle of suffering, birth and rebirth is actually very difficult, near to impossible for us to do it for ourselves. We can't use our own effort in practicing in every way to get ourselves out of the samsara. Like the questioner said that, yes, we done lots of good karma and bad karma in the past, which we have to later on fulfill that we have to later on, receive the retribution of past and good deeds. So, Perfect Living Master, when they give us the holy initiation, they cleanse our karma, our collective karma, past good or bad karma, all of that out, and leave us only the destiny karma in this lifetime for us to fulfill. So therefore, the Perfect Living Master gives us the possibility for us to get out of the samsara and make the journey easier for us. And you have to understand that the karma have three kinds of karma. The first karma is Sinchit karma, is the collective karma in the past. And the second one is the destiny karma, which is the karma in this lifetime determine that which person you're gonna be, how old you're gonna live, how many family member you're gonna have, where you're gonna live to be this person. And the third karma is the new karma. It's the karma that you commit in this lifetime by making choices, by using your own free will. So therefore, Master will teach us to deal with destiny karma and new karma and delete our past karma. So that's how Master helps us toward real liberation, real enlightenment that we can have. So I would say that in order to get out of this cycle or samsara, we have to have a perfect living master, the Satguru, in our life to help. Otherwise, it's impossible.
How do we recognize that our soul is reunited with the true Lord?
The true Lord is come from love, the divine love. He is the origin of every kind of love. So when your soul is connecting or reunite with the true Lord, you will feel the divine love. Love without attachment, love without discrimination, love without separation. When you be able to experience the divine love fully in your life, you see this love in yourself. You see this love in your family member. You see this love with your co-worker. You see this love in humanity. Then you can be sure that you reunite with your true Lord in the soul level. But if you not be able to see yet, you only love yourself, but not other person. You love yourself, but you still very discrimination in your mind to your co-worker, to your wife, your husband, your family member, your, or the brother and sister in, in the society. You still be very judgmental. Then you might not yet reunite fully with the true Lord yet, because your love is still very small. Your love is not, extend into every direction in your life. Then you can know that your life is the reflection of whatever you are inside. If you truly reunite with the Lord, then your life will be overwhelming with this kind of divine love too.
When we do something wrong or bad, we will feel uncomfortable or guilty. Is this a sign that our souls were part of the true Lord before we become lost in the game? I think this question is in relation to the mind.
When you feel uncomfortable or guilty in whatever you do, it's the sign of the mind. Because the mind, from its function, is very discriminate. The mind creates in the separateness, not reunite. So at that time, you can understand, whatever judgmental thinking, discriminate, anger that you have, it's all come from the mind. And the mind try to analyze what is good, what is bad. But when you really realize that you are the soul, you are the part of the true Lord, then you won't feel discriminate, and you will see this light from the bigger picture. Just like, if the mind from its duty is have to divide one character to the other, just like in the jigsaw picture, each and every one of us, we are a small piece of jigsaw in the picture. The whole picture is like the Lord itself. The Lord operates himself or herself into every jigsaw to make the full picture, to make this a complete big picture. And if you're able to see life from the bigger perspective, and you be able to feel other person, like you be able to put yourself in their situation and understand them, why they acting a certain way, why they're thinking in a certain way, then at that time you come in touch with the essence of the true Lord, or the totality of consciousness. And if you're not operate in that mode, you still very much judgmental or discriminate to other people. At that time, you operate from your mind. But I say this is not just to punish yourself every time you feel uncomfortable or guilty or doing wrong. You should be able to also forgive yourself and move on from that situation, and telling yourself that next time I will see everything from more loving point of view, from more understanding point of view, not discriminate. That's how you practice in your daily life to come closer and closer to the Lord.
Okay, this is a short question. How many disciples of Holy Truth are there in the world?
3% of the whole population. Because the disciple of the Holy Truth means they seek the highest truth that above and beyond this karmic realm. Most of the people, they're very comfortable with whatever the truth that they have. They not seek beyond. They very satisfied with their circumstance in life. So those people, we not consider them as disciple of the Holy Truth because they don't want to get out. They want to doing well in this karmic realm. Even among initiates, they're not, sometimes they're not seeking the higher truth either. So therefore, they only get initiation and become a club member of a spiritual group. So therefore, the people who get initiation from a perfect living master, they are around 10% of the whole world population. And sometimes they're not even serious in their practice. They're just being there as a club member and hope for the best. By the time of their passing, that they wish that, oh, master will pick me up, provide that I keep the precepts, right? I'm a good person. But the yearning of the truth is not in them. They don't have intense seeking of the highest truth. Only the 3% of the whole population of this world have that kind of yearning, the urgency of knowing the ultimate truth. Because they feel like if they're not to know the truth, then their life is waste. And they prepare to die, to know this truth. This sincere group of people are the true disciple of the Holy Truth. That's why it's very rare and it's considered as 3%, even in the Sangha, even among initiates.
The next question is in relation to the previous one. Because of this pandemic and weather change, lots of people are suffering. As a result, can the world expect more disciples? And does this lead to more improvements on earth?
Yes, it definitely leads more into a spiritual awakening era. Because we just recently out of the Kali Yuga, which is the dark age, the total ignorance age. From the 2012. And after the 2012, we slowly progress into the enlightenment age or the golden era. But it's still very, very far away. But at least we progress up from a complete ignorance. So therefore, people will consider more to be spiritual, and they will try their best to improve themselves, knowingly or unknowingly, as the whole. As you can see, a lot of people turn to be vegan, turn to be vegetarian, or even eat less meat, because the spiritual energy is rising every year. So humanity as the whole pick this up. So they try their best unknowingly, also keeping the precept and try to be good with the brother and sister or even animal or the planet that we live in. But the number of initiates will always remain the same in every era. Even in dark age or golden age, there will only be the 10% of the whole population because they are marked soul. And this marked soul already marked, from the time that they leave the heavenly kingdom, from they leave from the Father to go through this spiritual journey or spiritual experience in the lower karmic realm. And this mark soul will be only 10% at any time, regardless of, awakening era or non-awakening era. But awakening or non-awakening era is for the normal people and to benefit, as well as it become easier for master to spread, the holy teaching. Just like in this era, we get to know more about a perfect living master even online, using internet as a mean. We can at home listening to their Satsang, to their holy discourse. We can read books. In the dark age, or even right now in some country, to practice whatever different from what government told them is bad. And in the past, before the year 2012, they get killed for that. For example, in Vietnam, if you practice any kind that different from whatever government see, if you even come and do group meditation, you get arrested from that. So the brother and sister who practice on the light and sound method and get initiation from the master, they have to secretly doing that. You know how they do that? They wearing the badge underneath their clothes with a tiny master picture. And when they enter the building, they show that badge. They show the tiny master picture underneath their clothes to enter into the building and secretly sit and meditate together. Otherwise, if the authority know that they get together, practice some kind of spirituality, the government not agree, thinking that, they try to create a secret political movement and will come and punish them, drag them out, or sometimes as a result, killing them. So, this era, this Dwapara Yuga, as we progress into the Enlightenment age and Golden age, that controlling mentality will be less. We'll be able to have more freedom to practice whatever we want to practice, and also get direct access to the representative from God, which is a perfect living master, wherever you are, in which circumstance you are. You have been given more chance to access to this. So that's the grace of the master that increasing every year and more so in this world as we progressing toward, enlightenment era, also called the golden age. That's the benefit of that for the whole humanity population.
Okay, moving on to the next question. What's the difference between disciple of a holy truth and the disciple of a PLM, or are they the same? PLM in this context, perfect living master.
They are the same. The difference is they have to sincerely seek the truth. They have to sincerely, have that longing, yearning in their own being to reunite with the truth. And in whichever mean they're doing that is perfectly fine. But the perfect living master is the quickest mean available in this karmic realm for a sincere person to come in touch with the holy truth, the ultimate truth.
Will we find the holy truth first and then go back to our true home? Or do we go back to our true home first before seeing the holy truth? Which one comes first?
That's no different, because this journey is the journey of reawakening. We already awakening to these true ones when we with the Father, when we with the Creator and the true Lord. We just chose to be forget about our true self in order to enjoy this karmic experience. So therefore, when Master come into our life, the perfect living Master only poke us, only give very, very small, tiny experience to us so we can open up again to the wisdom of the Holy Truth that we just forget. So this journey is not truly like a journey from one point to the other. You stay at the same point, and we remember about who you truly are. That's the meaning of the spiritual part. This is higher part.
How can we make our seeking of the holy truth much easier?
You have to do everything with love. You have to love how to do meditation. When you do meditation, do it with love. When you think of the Master, do it with love. When you serving your family, your brother and sister, or your society, you have to do it with love. Because love is the quickest connection. And when the love grows from your side, only a little bit, maybe 10%, Master will give blessing, will give grace, the 90%, to give that love to you. When your love is full, like you fill a cup by a small drop of love every day. And when the cup being full with the love, then yes, at that time, you will come in touch with the ultimate holy truth. And the love is the quickest way and easiest way. Even you don't have this love to begin with, you don't understand this kind of divine love, you can start practicing by changing your attitude toward loving kindness way of life. For example, you used to punish your children before when they don't do what you instruct. Then you stop doing that. You stop approaching the children, in the way that you understand them with love, kindness, and understanding, You approach that more. Then yes, you will be able to see the Lord in them. And then when you be able to see the Lord in other person, it's like a reflection, It's like you have an enlightenment moment on your own, that you start to see the Lord inside and outside. So I would say, yes, practice love. Don't forget the love. Even you do meditation, even you on your own, you'll be able to practice this kind of love. And the quickest way that love, you can see this love manifest fully, is to go to see a perfect living Master in person, because they are divine love that manifests fully 100%, that we can see as example of human, that human can pause that divine love within themselves, a total non-selfish person that can be among us, the selfish human. Then, the more you come into the connection with a perfect living Master, with that divine love, then the divine love will affect you will infect you, then you eventually become that divine love. And when you become that divine love, you also have the wisdom of the Holy Truth.
All right, the last question for this topic. Will the population of Earth eventually decline when people's objectives and priorities in life shift towards learning about the Holy Truth? This means less karmic relationship needs to be fulfilled, and as a result, less people need to be born on Earth. Does it work this way? What's your opinion on this?
The population of this earth will be according to the environment we live. If the environment is very suitable for human to thrive, human will always increasing number. And if the environment is not suitable for human that much, we will decline the number. But this is all to do with the karmic realm. It's the karmic world. It's not to do with any spiritual enlightenment that we have, that we, have less population. Because if ever you see Master, sometimes Master come in human form, they live a family life. And sometimes they're not living a family life either, meaning have no children. So it just depends on the karmic character they take on. For example, Baba Jamar Singh, Great Master, he remains celibate, meaning he's not married, he's not having children. But Great Master, he has children. Baba Govinda Ji, he has children. And also Ishwapuri Ji, he also has children. But Supreme Master, she remains celibate. She gets married once, and she gets divorced, and she decides that it's best for her to be single in order to fulfill the seva. So it depends on the Master Seva, how they see that, whichever circumstance, they will do the seva at best. So apply that to your life. If, the Lord sees that, okay, for you to live in a family life, you will serve Master best, then it shall be done. But if Master see that, okay, you should be renunciate, you should be monk and nun, or a single person, to do seva, to do service to the Lord at best, then it shall be done. But it should not be standard for anyone. Because when the soul come into the creation, they take on different body, they take on different character. And according to that character, the circumstance or the difficulty we put here and there, to help them to reawakening to the Holy Truth again. So it depends on how we're doing it in different persons. Just like me, I have to be in this character. I have to live a family life in order for me to come in touch to the Holy Truth at best, and in order for me to build the connection with the people, to do the seva for Master at best. Because if I'm run away, living in the ashram, in the deep mountain, right, in a cave, then I would not come in touch with anyone or even have internet, to doing the seva of giving satsang like today. So it depends, on your karmic character of how you can serve Master at best, of how you can come in touch to the Holy Truth and building the relationship of the divine love.
That's it for today's satsang. Thank you, main speaker, for spending time with us for this satsang. If you want more information about Ista Asia, please go to www.istaasia.com. You may also subscribe to our newsletter or email us any inquiries you may have regarding spirituality. Thank you for listening.